Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CSL. I'm your host, Kyle Putt-Putt Smith, and today we have an epic matchup of the University of Regina versus the University of Saskatchewan. We'll go ahead and take a look at our matchup for today. We have maps MLG Antigua Shipyard playing on that as Spinmove and SneakySnipa. On iCup Test Bug, we've got Chaos and Techno. In a 2v2, the third match of the day, Ruins of Tarsanis, we've got Jason Weist and Mark LaPrairie for the U of R, and Jaden Dirk, Sean McDonald from the University of Saskatchewan. Finally, if we need this matchup, we got MLG Dual Site, that's Chris Boyd and Jeremy Eng. And finally, if there's an ace match needed, we'll be playing on MLG Metalopolis. So, let's give you a little bit of preview here for the MLG Antigua Shipyard. We've got John Boyd, Spinmove, as the Protoss player, and Joe Shirley, SneakySnipa, as the Terran player. Predictions for this matchup, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm thinking SneakySnipa might take the matchup. It's a smaller map. The 1-1-1 build for Terran versus Protoss is significantly strong right now. So we could be seeing some very all-in play from the U of S player, but yeah, I am ready for this matchup. We've got the players in the lobby right now, so we're just waiting to make sure that they're ready to go, and then we will start the game. And looks like we are going in, so let's change the camera to the game here. We've got U of R Spinmove as the not a Zerg player. He is a Protoss player, my bad. Let's go ahead and update that. Going live on MLG Antigua Shipyard. So this is an interesting map. I think it's been Protoss favored right now, but you know, like, could be wrong, or maybe it's Zerg favored. You know, I really don't know. I'm a Zerg player, so of course I don't know too much about this maps. But anyway, we've got the U of S player spawning. You know what? I got the colors mixed up, but that's okay. We've got Spinmove on the left side as the red Protoss, and in the top right we've got SneakySnipa as the blue Terran on this matchup. I also want to give a shout out to all the players and club members at the University of Regina who are congregating in the classroom building, room CL30 something. If you go to the U of R and go to the third floor of the classroom building, just look around for a game of StarCraft going on and you'll find it. It's a live viewing going on there. So some standard play coming out of both players, nothing too aggressive, nothing too cheesy. Supply depot go down for the Terran player, and pylon going down for Spinmove. So we'll go ahead and see what these two players decide to do. Yes, the classroom building, Techno, that's right. We have a building dedicated to just classrooms. We're not as advanced as the U of S. We have we don't have those special engineering buildings and whatnot. Anyway, gateway going down for Spinmove and going ahead to scout the map. SneakySnipa putting down that barracks, pretty standard play. We'll see if he takes that gas or opts to you know, it is a Terran versus Protoss, so we most likely will see that gas, and there it goes. You don't necessarily see the 2-racks builds against Protoss. It's usually against Zerg, but you know what? Who cares? So yeah, it's good to have everybody back here for this new season. This is Season 5 of the Collegiate Star League, the second season of StarCraft. They changed it up a bit. Rather than having a long season over the course of a year, they've shortened it to just before Christmas, and I believe playoffs will take place in the second semester. They've also shortened the divisions, so now that instead of there being about 6 divisions, there are, I believe, like 20 or something like that, and it's all geographically located. So I believe this is Central Phoenix division. We've got, as far as the Canadian universities go, the U of R, the U of S, and U Manitoba. And then, of course, in the area, there's some Chicago State, and I'm not too familiar with the U.S. colleges, but they're in there as well. Shicky SC sends his regrets. He was supposed to cast this with me today. You might know Shicky from Good Luck Have Fun TV. He's casted the Europe versus Canada, no, sorry, Europe versus America series, which was streamed a couple months ago. And he was really excited to to cast this match, and he's actually designated the official U of R caster for this season. So hopefully we'll get Shicky back. And yeah, so we see SneakySnipa putting down a second barracks and a factory, taking a second gas, while Spinmove is opting to play pretty pretty standard. I think it's going to go ahead and take a Nexus right now, doing the 1-gate Nexus, which is a decent build against Terran, especially if that Terran opts to go for the 1-1-1, which I believe he is not, but I do not know Terran builds, so I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Both players are rated up there in the Masters division. I believe they're around the 600 to 700 point area. So they're both pretty good players. And actually, this entire matchup, if you looked at, is very even. We've got every players that are against each other are in the same divisions, around the same point range. And even like in the 2v2, we've got a Masters player and a Platinum player, both playing for both teams. So we're going to see some really interesting games today, I think. Then yes, that Nexus did go down for Spinmove. That's a great counter to in case any 1-1-1 play came out of Terran play here, but it doesn't look like that. He's going to go ahead and get that siege tank research, and no starport going down as of yet. I've lost the overlay. Let's see if I can get that back. There it is. I don't know why it just decides to go away, but you know what? Whatever. It's nice and fancy. I guess it's not that important to be up the entire time, because by now you should know that Spinmove, the U of R player, is the Protoss, transferring those probes to his natural expansion, scouting with the probe. The Terran player not getting an expansion yet, no command center being built. Looks like he's going to go ahead and push for this, get this siege tank timing up. Siege research is almost done. This is a build you typically see against Zerg. Get a high marine count with Stim. Unfortunately, there are no tech labs, so Stim will not be a factor in this battle. But there is the starport going down, so we'll definitely see some interesting, maybe some Banshee work. But I would definitely believe there would be some medevacs to heal this high marine count. Spinmove has got that natural expansion up. Let's take a look at his tech tree. He's got gateways going down and the robo. So this is actually a very good read and a good build by Spinmove. And he sees that high marine count, no Stim. He's going to opt to go ahead and start getting the Colossi out after adding on those gateways. And that will be a good. That's a good unit composition against this, because those Colossi, I believe, the range is pretty good against the siege tanks. I don't know what Colossus is. I think it's like 9. Siege tanks like 13 or something like that. When one comes out, we can figure that out and get the actual amount there. I just want to give a shout out to the SAS Gamers websites. If you're a gamer in Saskatchewan, or more or less if you're a StarCraft player in Saskatchewan, get on to sasgamers.com. That's where both of these teams congregate. That's where they organize their matches. Get on there. We're going to be expanding into some games, other games, specifically Dota 2 when that comes out, and whatever gaming communities exist in Saskatchewan, we want to accommodate them. So if you are part of a local gaming community and would like some forum space, just get on the forums and PM one of the administrators, and we'll help you out. So if we take a look back at our game, we see those gateways are up from Spinmove, Colossus, Thermal Extended Lance going down. So that will effectively increase the range from 6 to 9, I believe. Which is, it's definitely a good thing to have, especially when you're dealing with the high siege tank count. It looks like SneakySnipa is finally taking that command center natural and pushing out with a pretty decent timing. So I know this is you'd consider this a 1-1-1 build, but it's not the 1-1-1 timing you would typically see with in this matchup. It's a little bit delayed. He is opting to take that command center, so it's not an all-in. He's got those SCVs in there for some support. Got the Banshee. I would like to see another Banshee out of him. There it is. It's not quite ready yet, but you can get 2 Banshees, one in the front and one in the base, killing the drones, throwing the Protoss player out. And we're going to see an interesting timing. So Spinmove knows this is coming. He's got that observer, and here we go. We've got the Colossus in. We've got to see some good force fields coming out of Spinmove, but it looks like actually that was a pretty poor engagement. We've got the siege tanks in the back, Colossi in the front. Those Marines need Stim to be effective. Unfortunately, there is no tech lab going down. They could also use some upgrades, too. Tanks pushing up. They're going to get destroyed by Spinmove there. He's on the ball right now. Colossi, both two in the back. I think Spinmove is going to hold this. He looks in a strong position. Those Marines getting absolutely destroyed by those Colossi, even microing those Colossus very well. So both players kind of even in a situation here. Spinmove going. I think he's going to have the better part of the deal, though, because he's effectively defending this attack. He's got his natural expansion up and ready. Now he's just going to use those Dockers and pick off these remaining units here. Another Colossus coming out. We've got 5 gateways altogether for Spinmove. He's sitting pretty well right now, whereas our Terran player just got his expansion up. He's oversaturated in his main. What he needs to do is he needs to go and focus on that macro game, but instead he's going to go ahead and rally more units down to the front. He's got some idle units. There we go. We see a big SCV transfer. That's exactly what I wanted to see out of him. So right now, both players pretty even. I want to say Spinmove got the better end of that battle. He was able to defend successfully. He's had that natural expansion up longer than his opponent. If we take a look at the income tab, I guess. Spinmove is ahead in the harvester count, but of course, as you know it, mules those 3 mules in his natural are gonna, exponentially increase that income for the Terran player, SneakySnipa. Spinmove taking his 3rd. That's actually a very good call on his part. When you win an engagement like that, convincingly. You've earned the right to take that expansion. You know that he doesn't have anything he can throw at you to take away from getting that expansion up. I want to see some upgrades started from either of these players. I think that's going to definitely, change the tides of battle here for sure. And actually, some more gateways from Spinmove could be used. Mind you, he's pumping out those Colossi at a pretty strong rate. So, of course, that's not needed too much. Does Spinmove have sight of this base? I want to see if he does. No, he doesn't. I believe the Raven, our Terran player's got a Raven, and as you know, Ravens can see cloaked units, and so no observer on the field for Spinmove. I think that is a crucial unit to have, especially when you're dealing with these tank compositions and in Banshees. But I don't think the Banshees would have cloak. No, that would be kind of a waste. SneakySnipa taking that 3rd expansion. Spin was going to go ahead and scout some units out with this Zealot. Zealots are actually great scouts because they can suck up so much damage. So now Spin pretty much knows exactly what he's dealing with, and he's going to say, okay, I can't take that right now. I'm just going to hang out here, macro up, keep building probes, saturate these bases, and he's going ahead to take that Twilight Council. So, what do we think Spinmove is going to transition into? He could definitely go and opt to get DTs, but of course, the SneakySnipa does have that Raven, which will effectively, not allow those, or will uncloak those DTs. So Blink Stalkers is also another option, or you know what, even Zealot Speed. Zealot Speed is a very good upgrade to have against Terran players. It allows those Zealots to charge in, soak up all that tank fire, and effectively destroy and remove those tanks from the game. So 3rd base almost up for, not prototype, for Spinmove. And both players playing quite defensively right now. They know each other are good players. They're a little, I guess, intimidated. They don't want to. If they make one mistake, either of them are good enough to capitalize on that for sure. SCV's getting transferred to this 3rd base, while probes are going to Spinmove's 3rd base. If we take a look at the income tab, of course we've got the Terran player ahead. Harvester count, the Terran player has caught up in the SCV count, so I'd say he's looking quite good right now. Banshees do have cloak. I don't know if Spinmove has an observer in his army. There it is. He does. So yeah. But I mean, he does have that Raven, so those Marines can snipe off those observers, and those Banshees can do some disgusting damage to Spinmove's army. So We might see an engagement here. We got more gateways going down from Spinmove, which are definitely going to help. Finally gets that. He's got